Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Middle.
Motion.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger, he sets into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, and now some space to operate. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on second and 13, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3-and-out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight.
And he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They go play action here on first down. Caught left side by Cobb. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Fights through him. And now running right through it. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
And big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Take 2 of them. Mike's 54. 77. Here we go, G. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Taken in at the 22. when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Prescott from the gun. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to be going to force everything either.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right,
and now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. they've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
16 yards, a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Black 20. Mike 50. These 2. You. 44. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, Delta. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. 6 man. Heat these 2.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Hey, alert.
To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he will score.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just a thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no pay.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set! Like 5! We want this. Kill!
First carry for James Conner. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Good job, D. Good job.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 29, Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
43. Check, 43. Hey, box truck. 43 at the mark. 44.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Connor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
That's to his running back, complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Jack 16. Mike 43. Accurate. Whoa!
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets it down to the 32. We're scoreless after 1. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Hey, Charlie!
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Suggs. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start with a give to Connor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 62 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby. Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop me.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. To try again after the sack, Murray. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. The crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. To throw is Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Roethlisberger. A short one into the hands of Grimble, the tight end. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The field. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. 43 is the mic, 43 is the mic. You make like it run.
Final play of the half, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Cardinals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And able to find Kirk complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bud Dupree able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Murray now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, Wahoo!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger completes it to Moncrief, left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the defensive end, Cameron Sutton with the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
March 43. March 43. Watch the run. Bravo. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together. Black is good.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because...
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Terrell McClain. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now Roethlisberger to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Connor. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They begin the drive with Johnson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
And he can't get a throw away. play. He's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll... yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge.
Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. From my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Eno. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Snowflake the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by they sell.
That's why you treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough.
I just ran to check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Marr now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Black 80. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You check 16. You ain't doing nothing today. Mike's 54. Mike. Hey, Alpha. Hey, they're scared. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Black is in.
Throwing now. Roethlisberger on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
24. Hey, Haywood.
Now Roethlisberger. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Middle.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster 72 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Pushing tacklers aside. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice. Him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here's Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Past the 20. He caught, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up in there. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down, Elliott. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Completes it right side to Cooper. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On fourth, they do snap it to Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, Orbit. Mike 54.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
22, 44. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, dude. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. It's going to be a long day.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
59, what's up? 59, what's up?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Hey,
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 27, Prescott lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb, 73 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On second and 11 now, Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Alert. Hey, check.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger now is signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
No spacing. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Hey, Delta. Check Mike.
These two.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike, 54. Mike.
Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Topper! Alert!
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Hey, Foxtrot.
54. Mike, 50. Hey. Got you, 50.
4th down, here's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
You better be afraid of me. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
You just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
That explains your toughness right there. Because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Back 80.
Their own 7-yard line.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Malik Collins. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
At the 5-yard line.
54, right there.
Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
50. Middle.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
I'm coming after you.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Check 3. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Joker.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
These two. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Tackles. Hey, zoom. Right there.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Mike 55. Mike.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Check 52.
66.
Let's go, Ty.
77.
Mike, 55.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
On third down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster, and that is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 15. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The give is to Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 76 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Who's 30?
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They can't hang with us.
They start the drive with Connor. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Washington. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now Elliott. There's the stiff arm. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And some Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 49 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
White 80. Check. 48's the mark. Down to lose one. Middle. Mike.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try to get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are...
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
No spacing. Motion.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves. Yep.